What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I get asked this question a lot in the comments. People ask me, when it comes to politicians, who supports Social Security, who doesn't support Social Security. So I think I've done a pretty good job over the past of showing you guys some different clips of politicians who support Social Security. But I want to show you this clip, and this is Senator Tuberville, and I think I showed a part of this clip before, but I want to show you this, and I want to talk a little bit about this because the fear tactics that we're hearing when it comes to Social Security, they continue to get worse. And I'm going to tell you why this is really bad for people receiving Social Security benefits now, as well as people who plan to retire in the next 10 years. Because we have some lawmakers out there right now that want the program to go broke so bad that they will lie about the fact and make you believe that Social Security is going broke. Now, I picked this up from Twitter. This was a link and they have on the top, it says that you'll never get your Social Security. And that's not true. We'll talk about that, but I want to show you guys the clip first. So let's go ahead and show you the clip, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. So here we go.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in tax in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it. So I'll get off my horse there. But it's good that we have this, because we got, I get a little pension check from education. I was part of a union. It's not going to help people. People are going to have to continue to work longer and longer. Am I right, Ms. Gender? Can you say something about Social Security and it being taxed for some reason? We're taxing people for the second time on Social Security that they put into an account.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out when Social Security was first founded, those who established it was started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today it takes 12.4%, and depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%.
Okay, so there was a lot in that statement. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that he addressed there. Now, first off, when it comes to Social Security is not going bankrupt. The trust fund is being depleted, but the program as a whole is not going bankrupt. And I'll explain to you the reason why. That last part there, when they were talking about taxation, and when it comes to double taxation, I don't agree with that. So once you've retired and you start collecting your Social Security benefits, you shouldn't be taxed on that. I would agree with Senator Tuberville when it comes to that. But when he asked the expert to explain the taxation, she went on and she started talking about the contribution. She started talking about the FICA, which we know it as the FICA tax, but it's actually a contribution. And the way that you need to look at it is that 12.4% that she's talking about, she's taking the 6.2%. When you're working, you pay 6.2%. Your employer matches at 6.2%. That's 12.4%. That is a contribution that you provide so that you will be able to receive Social Security benefits when you retire. So you're contributing to the people, when you're working, you're contributing to the people who are currently retired. And then when you retire, you're going to have people in the workforce that will be contributing to you for your benefits. So that's how that works. So you can call it a tax, but realistically it's a contribution. That's why they call it the FICA. And that C stands for contribution. So that's one thing. Now, when it comes to Social Security, as long as you have people working, you are going to have FICA being collected. So that contribution will be collected as long as we have people working. So that means that you'll have money for Social Security benefits. Now, when it comes to the trust fund, and the reason why this is serious is because the trust fund is being depleted. The trust fund is money that was set aside, and that money is set aside because in the past we had so many people in the workforce paying into FICA, we had leftover money. And so they took that leftover money, they put it in a trust fund, and that's why we have about $2.7 trillion in that trust fund right now. But if we have about 3 people for every 1 person retired, we have about 3 people in the workforce. And so we're not collecting enough in FICA alone. And so that's why we need to rely on bringing some money from that trust fund in order to pay out benefits at 100%. Now, if the trust fund runs out of money, and they say that could happen in about 9 years, then we'll see a reduction of about 23% of Social Security benefits, but we'll still be receiving Social Security benefits. It's not going to go away completely. And that's the fear there. And just like I said, when you're looking at this clip, at the very top, it says you'll never get your Social Security. So if you're someone in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you're looking at this and saying, well, if I'm not going to get my Social Security, then we might as well do away with the program. We might as well privatize it or do something else with the program because I'm never going to see it. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. And you have a senator, an acting senator, saying that this is a scam and people are not going to see their money. And he talked about 150 million people, which I don't know where he's getting the 150 million number from, because you currently have about 70 million people receiving Social Security benefits. But he doubled it. For whatever reason, he doubled it. It's really bad when you have senators or just politicians in general just making things up, because this is a situation that is dire for a lot of people. A lot of people rely on Social Security, and they need Social Security. And you have a senator saying these things and saying it's a scam, it's going away, it's not going to be there, and you know, you're going to have people that are going to be running to get their money, and there's not going to be any money left, and we're spending the money as soon as it comes in. He's true about that. Yes, we are spending the money as soon as it comes in, but that's because it's coming through FICA. And that is what FICA is for. The money comes in, and then it goes to people who are currently receiving benefits. That's the way the system works. And he's not explaining that to you. And these are the type of politicians, they should not be in office if they don't know the simple facts of how Social Security works. They shouldn't be there, because all they're doing is putting out misinformation and getting people to believe that a system is going to collapse when that system is not going to collapse. Yes, it needs to be tuned up. And I've stated this in videos in the past. Social Security has not been tuned up in over 50 years. And you think of it as a vehicle. Just think of it as a car. If you're in a situation where you buy a car, you can buy the best car in the world, but you need to tune that car up every once in a while. You need to get an oil change every once in a while. Because if you don't, then guess what? That car could be the greatest car in the world, it's going to fail at some point. And Social Security right now needs to be tuned up. And as soon as we can tune up Social Security or reform Social Security, that will provide Social Security benefits for another 50 to 75 years. That's how it works. But we can't have politicians out there that don't even know how the system works try to say, well, we need to fix it, but they don't even know how it works. So I want to know what you guys think about this. What do you think about Senator Tuberville and what he's saying? Because he's basically saying that there's no hope. There's no hope for Social Security, when we all know that Social Security will still be around. But he's making it sound like it's done with. And one more thing. When lawmakers come out and they criticize different programs and things like that, what is the solution? Did he provide any solution in that, whatever you want to call it, that he was saying? Did he provide any solution? He didn't say anything. He talked about all the negative, but he didn't say, okay, well, you know what? Double taxation, I'm for this proposal to get rid of double taxation. He didn't say that. He just said the program is a scam. Okay, if it's a scam, then how do you fix the scam? And if it's a scam, then how has this program been paying out 80 plus years to Social Security beneficiaries? Never missed a payment in over 80 years, but it's a scam? So I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.